What's up, you guys? So today I wanted to talk about one of the power tools of the mind, of being human, really, that is so important. And this is something that we're doing anyways. So it's not even like we should start doing this. It's like we're already doing this. And that is the tool of imagination, right? Like what we're picturing, what we're envisioning, what we're thinking about, especially when it has to do with our lives, when it has to do with whether it's our health, whether it's our work and creating lives, right? Whether it's our relationships, whatever it may be. It turns out not only like can imagination help and be something that's healing and a helpful tool, but we're already imagining all day long. I would propose, many of us. I don't know about you, but I notice this with me, and I feel like a lot of people I'm connected to. We're using that imagination anyways. And when we look at and even listen to a lot of the traditions and teachers, especially when we're looking at people talking about how do we create our lives or even spirituality, that we see that that imagination is a huge power tool that unfortunately a lot of us are using against ourselves these days. We're picturing what we don't want. We're imagining the worst things that have happened to us in the past or imagining the worst things that could happen in the future, right? And often that's our first go-to with the use of the imagination. And it's part of why we're even stressed out and not feeling great throughout our days, right? Whether it's mood, mind, mental health, or how the body's feeling, or how life is going, right? Because what if it is true that what we're picturing is part of creating what's going to actually happen? And I think that makes a lot of sense too. So, really, we want to get aware and get a hold of that imagination because we're using it anyways. Most of us using it all day long, but using it against ourselves, right? Picturing the worst. And we think sometimes that's the responsible thing to do, right? Maybe we're preparing for the worst just in case. But unfortunately, that does become part of our power that we're using in our lives. And it does affect how we feel right now when we're picturing, imagining, using that imagination, that power tool we've been graced with, blessed with, right? That we're using it against ourselves. So instead, let's try imagining more what we do want, bringing in those images of great feeling memories, and even being open to visions coming in maybe from a more spiritual part of us, a higher self, the universe, which is another way that we can use imagination, right? Like getting those great ideas and then acting on them. So imagination, we're using it anyways. Let's clean up how we're using it because it's an important, amazing part of our power, and we want to take a look at how we're misusing it, right? And redirect, flip that mind, use that imagination to help us, to heal us, and to create lives that we do love even more, right? On all levels, in all realms of our lives. So, another little tip from my learning, my practices, my heart to yours. Thanks for listening, guys. Namaste.